Hello YouTube, this is Blu-ray Cinema for another video. We're talking about movies of tomorrow, today, yesterday, and the future, and which I mean current movies. Today we're going to talk about a Criterion. If I haven't discussed it already, which I don't think I have, so forgive me if I have before. But this is Ghost Dog: The Way of the Samurai from Criterion Collection. So this is another Criterion Collection review. So usually in July and November, I do this stuff. I review and talk about cartoon films. So this is directed by Jim Jarmusch. So it's Ford Whitaker as Ghost Dog. And it's a crime drama. You can call it a mob film, but not really. So he's basically a contract killer who's into that like Zen, not Buddhism, but but his ideals are like a samurai Japanese warrior. So he's working for a mob, and then he goes against the mob due to his beliefs, his Japanese samurai beliefs. And so, he meets a kid who's, under his wing sort of and stuff. So he does jobs for a mob, and then also, he goes against the mob that hired him. But his soundtrack by Public Enemy has RZA in it as one of his Ghost Dog's friends. And so he lives by the code, which the mob does not. It came out in 1999/2000. It's almost 2 hours, 160 minutes. You get 5.118.51 aspect ratio. And this is Blu-ray only because there's no 4K out for this when there should be. I think there was a 4K for a different country, but that came and went, and that was a couple years ago. And there was no website you can find it. Daba DVD might have had it, but I'm not sure. So I am not accurate on that one. But there was a 4K a couple years ago for this, but not by Criterion. I mean, I hope down the line some studio does take this and puts it in 4K because it does need it. Now you do get a good 4K restoration scan, which is pretty good. And you do get 5.1 surround sound, DTS master audio soundtrack. You do get an isolated stereo music track. You get new Q&A with Jarmusch. Sponsored question by fans. You get new conversation between its Forrest Whitaker and Isaac Day. I can't pronounce his name. Marred by film scholar Michael B. Gillespie. Who's on here because this came out in 2020. You have like a Zoom call on here, like a special feature. One special feature is like a Zoom call between the actors and somebody, because that feature was done during COVID times. But if it wasn't then, it's still like a Zoom call. So, you know what I mean? Like one of those meet things, but you can do something interviews that way. New interview with casting director Ellen Lewis. New interview with Stanley I can't pronounce his name. I'll try to pronounce this, folks. Bear with me here. Shifu Steep Yang Main founded the U.S. Shaolin Temple. The music of Ghost Dog, a new video essay by RZA's score. The Honest Journey Life of a Samurai, 2-sound program in the making of the film. Deleted scenes and outtakes, archival interviews, tour, English subtitles, essays by critics Jonathan Rosenbaum and Greg Tate, a 2-sound interview with Jarmusch, and quotations from some, I can't pronounce this word, but something the Book of Samurai by the early 18th century monk Yamamoto. I can't pronounce the last name, folks. I really can't. I'm trying. So I'll show you what's inside here. This is like a poster, thing, which is good. And I love this because you get this big ass book. You get the disc right here. I'll take this to the shelf for a minute and I'll show you what's inside. Right here. This is all like pigeons and stuff because in reference of the film, because he raises carrier pigeons where he lives. Carrier pigeons that deliver messages and stuff. There you got the Forest Worker on the disc. I think he's got the bomb sword in his hand, but you can't see it. That's him. This is a good movie. It's a cult film now. It was always appreciated, but I wonder if a lot of people have seen it or not. Oh, here we go. You got this little booklet in there. Hey. This is from the Burger Samurai Hagaguri. So you get that, and you got this symbol in the back there, which is kind of neat. I like this. This is a real good movie. And then you get some pictures here. I'll show you these because this is not copyright. I'm not doing anything that's not that's copyrighted here. There you go. I'll show you a little bit more. So you get a. No, I'm not gonna show that, but. About 40 page book right there, and all the pictures are in black and white, but yeah, and numbered. There's the front of the book that says Ghost Out the Way of Samurai, and there's the back right here. And I put this little book up right in here. This is kind of neat. This is stuff I like that Criterion does actually, where they just want to do oh yeah, there's Picture Force Worker right there. There you go. So I love this movie. I do very much. I mean, I'm surprised people that have seen it, and I'm very surprised a lot of people who have not seen it. And there you go right there, Ghost Out by a Samurai right there. So this was 5 years ago. This came out. And this movie still holds up today. I thought it was 2000, but it's 1999. But I think the way it got distributed back then, on DVD, when it came out on DVD, it was probably 2000. Yeah, this is Forest Worker, John Turney, Cliff Corman, Henry Silva, which is no longer with us. As I said, Isaac Di Bonacoli, I can't pronounce his last name, folks. Trisha, what's it, Vesey? I think that's, yeah, Trisha Vesey, Victor Arco, Richard Portnow, directed by Jim Jarmusch. Janus Films, yeah, very good. I do highly recommend this. I mean, I have recommended on my channel, a lot of stuff, and I know I have, but this film is probably one of Jim Jarmusch's best films he ever did. Maybe underrated, maybe sometimes unappreciated, but never will be duplicated. That's why Jim Jarmusch films, he never does the same film twice. Never has. He's never made sequels. He's never done films twice. I mean, I've seen most of his films from when he did Down by Law. I can't think of the other one. There's another one before Down by Law too. Oh, Strangers in Paradise, Down by Law, Mystery Train. What's the other one? Oh my god. Night on Earth. Oh yeah, Night on Earth. This one. The Dead Don't Die. The Limits of Control. Broken Flowers, stuff like that. So I've seen probably 95% of his stuff. And he doesn't do the same film twice. He uses a lot of the same actors, but he doesn't do the same film twice. Which is good for him. But anyway, that's it for today. So, have a good weekend, everybody. And I'll see you on the next. And if you do, you can get this at Barnes & Noble, on Amazon, or wherever you want to get it for their sale. There's still sales going on until beginning of December. So if you haven't seen it, stream if you have to, or get advice from your friend, your neighbor, people have seen this, and what their opinion on it. But if you want to take a chance on a good film, or a film you don't know much about, take a chance on this, because your money will not be wasted. It'll be worth the 2 hours spent. Believe that. Alright, and until the next video, I'll see y'all later. And I want to thank you to all my subscribers. And you know what to do. Any comments, leave below. If you want me to review more stuff like this, leave the comments below. And, don't forget to hit that button. Alright, enjoy your day. And I'll see you guys on the next. Bye.